Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Olive Oil's Pizzeria and More, 930 Brookline Boulevard. We got guests that came in. Wait till you see who they are, and we're going to start bringing them up pretty soon. But we have a sponsor, not only Olive Oil's Pizzeria, the pizza's great. Smoking Jim, have another piece. We have our other sponsor is Skeets Lewandowski of Skeets Service Station. He works on anything and everything that runs on gas. If you have a problem, let me get his phone number out. I had it memorized until today, 724-348-4715. You go past Trax Farm, then Mineral Beach. You find a red, white, and blue station, no gas pumps, but they work on everything that runs on gas. Even has a forge. They make knives. They make hooks that Smokin' Jim hangs all his clothes on. It's unbelievable what he does. And what he sponsors is What's on Your Mind. Smokin' Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
please don't break it.
You got to see Levine.
Thank you.
I tell you what, it's winter time, but that big can of spray tan is still working good, Al Levine, the talking machine.
Sipping green tea on my deck, as Casey will tell you. I get a little sun each day. 20 minutes gets you 20,000 IUs of D3. And a large, dark gentleman like this needs 20,000 IUs of D3. Every cell in your body needs D3, and I'm thankful for that. And the tan's still lingering. I faded a little bit. Where do you get that fake tan at? I want to know, because yours is a little darker today.
Hey, big hand for Hall of Fame photographer Frank Fabus is in the house. Pittsburgh Sportsline Hall of Famer Skip Atkins is here. Big hand for Skip. I tell you what, this is a great time if you love boxing. This is a great time for boxing because we got some great heavyweights. My top 4 heavyweights currently is Anthony Joshua, number 1, Deontay Wilder, number 2, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy, number 3, and Mike Manna, number 4. Listen, the greatest of all time.
Who is this Mike Manna? I can't wait to meet him.
The greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali used to tell his opponents, if you want to go to heaven, I'll knock you out in 7. You'll be in a worser fix if I knock you out in 6. If you keep talking jab, I'll knock you out in 5. If you talk some more, I'll cut it to 4. If you keep talking to me, I'll knock you out in 3. And if that won't do, I'll knock you out in 2. And if you run, I'll knock you out in 1. And if you don't want to fight, you better stay home that night. Most people think Muhammad Ali was the greatest of all time. In my opinion, the greatest of all time is Rocky Marciano. And Rocky Marciano's been retired almost 60 years. But it took 60 years for somebody to remind me of Rocky, and that is the Pittsburgh Bull, Mike Manna. He can knock you out with either hand, and he got the heart of a champion. Big hand for the next heavyweight champ of the world. Mike Manna's in the house.
Thanks, Smokin' Jim. Are you done? Because I'm a little deaf in that ear. And some of that was repetitive. I've been here. We've been doing a show for 7 years. Thank you, Bethel Park, for having us do our show for 7 years. But I've heard those comments by Ali, and I'm glad you memorized it. Smokin' Jim's a great entertainer. I don't have as entertaining an opening that he has. But what's on your mind is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I was a little hesitant about them playing Carolina because Cam Newton had played a good game and the team looked good, and I was hesitant. I wasn't sure if they could win, so I'm watching the start of the game. What happens? You all know. You watched it, except for my man Earl here. He didn't watch the game. Carolina marches down the field. First series, all the way down the field, they score the touchdown, first touchdown of the game. So I'm like settling down on the couch. I couldn't even eat at that time. 1 o'clock, and I'm like, man, they scored on the first drive. I hope I'm not right. They get the kickoff, start on the 25-yard line. 11 seconds later, Juju catches a pass, 75 yards. I said to Drew, I go, look, he's outrunning everybody. I didn't know he was that fast. All of a sudden, it's 7-7. Then we kick off, and then what happens? They muff the kickoff. We get in, score again, in 22 seconds, we had 2 touchdowns. All of a sudden, I started to relax a little bit. Then I saw something unusual. The defense has been playing great the last 4 games. We'll make it 5 in a row. Go defense. Who cares if we don't have cornerbacks or safeties that can cover anybody? That line is putting pressure on quarterbacks like nobody's business. Cam Newton was actually hurting, sore, and a little bit scared, Smoking Jim. Did I pull that out of your Ebonics book all right? Because he was scared. And he sure acted like that, and all of a sudden his receivers had alligator arms, and you guys know what that is. Those poor alligators can only reach out about this far. They were dropping balls in the middle of the field, all in the end zone, everywhere. It was terrible. But the Steelers did great. It was awesome to see 52 points on the board there. Who would think that Pitt would play? I got to bring them up because we bum-wrapped Pitt. I didn't believe Nardozzi in saying they're going to be the champs of the Coastal Division. I'm like, how can you? You've lost 4 games. You can't even compete with these guys. They're running wild on you. They scored 52 points. First time in Heinz Field history, both teams got 52 points back-to-back. So there's a little history for you. That's what's on my mind, and we're going to start bringing up our great guests right now. This lady has impressed me and is a legend in my mind. It's hard to become a legend in my mind because I think so highly of myself, but that's just one of my issues I have to deal with. But I filmed the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation Walk Run 5K for 4 years in a row. It's been on BPTV. And this young lady has won it 4 in a row. She questioned me because she had amnesia. But she's a heck of an athlete. I remember when she went to high school with my daughter. They're friends. And what a coincidence that you agreed to come to the show when they're coming here.
Yep.
So that's just great. Now, she's won it 4 times in a row, and she had her best time the last event.
I believe so.
And she was just flying by. We were just amazed at how you can be. Please tell them your name.
Hi, my name is Lauren Woodring.
And you're from Bethel Park?
Yep, from Bethel Park. Still live in Bethel Park.
Okay. How to get that little stuff out of the way.
Yep.
And what got you into running?
Yeah, so I guess I grew up playing soccer. I
Understood.
played, real young, just like a lot of kids play young.
They start that in Bethel because we have some good teams and there's a lot of great coaches out there.
Oh yeah, I did have a lot of great coaches.
They are, and they help the kids. They bring them along, and they're patient.
Yep. Yeah.
So, and it helps.
So I think that kind of set a little bit of a foundation. I played through high school, through college. Went to Grove
What
City.
position did you play?
Did
you have a favorite?
I played forward almost all the way through college, and then last couple years of college played like an outside defender. That kind of we play without outside mid, so kind of ran Grove City.
The Wolverine!
Yeah.
Smoking Jim is an NFL scout, and he watches at least 2 films every day. He knows every college in the country. And he focuses more on the black schools because he brings out the small college black schools. Like me, I don't care what color you are, and I don't worry if your tan's faded or if it's not. But he brings that up because he finds these players everywhere, and he mentions high schools. We won't mention Gateway out loud because he goes crazy about that. But thanks for noticing her school.
Thank you.
Do you know a football player from there that you want to put out?
Well, only the all-time leading rusher in college football history with 7,000 yards went to Grove City.
What's his name?
Oh, there it is, R.J. Bowers.
There we go. See,
Wow.
Smoking Jim is good for something.
Okay.
Have another slice of pizza.
Best white running back I ever seen.
See, what did I tell you? All right, now that we cleared that up, what about cornerbacks? Are there any out there?
No.
Okay. There's reverse discrimination in the NFL, according to my buddy Smoking Jim Frazier. All right, now back to your soccer career. Now you're becoming defensive here.
Yeah, played some defense. We play without outside mid, so I just kind of ran up and down the flanks, which was perfect because I probably had more of a running ability than a soccer skill. So perfect.
Do you like
My
to
coach just
run?
had me
Because
run.
most young people I know hate to run.
Yeah, I like to run. Yeah.
You're unusual.
Yeah.
That's
Weird.
why you're truly a legend in my mind.
Yeah, unique.
You're a runner, and you've improved each year.
Yeah.
And we appreciate what you do for the Joey Favis Childhood Cancer Foundation.
Yeah.
Poor Joey didn't make it to his 9th birthday. They've donated over $100,000 to find a cure for the DIPG brain cancer. So, I mean, what kind of family does that?
Yeah.
A great family.
Yeah.
And we appreciate your support and others. And your friend Anthony won the men's division. So that was great.
Yeah.
We were trying to get him on, but we just couldn't do it due to scheduling.
Yep, right.
We have what we call scheduling conflicts for being on the show.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yep.
But coming attractions, we will get him next year.
That sounds good.
Maybe
He's ready
before
to
the
come.
race.
Yeah.
You can prep him now with the questions that
All
I
right.
give him. Hardest question is?
What's your name?
Thank you. She's an expert. We can continue. So now you played at Grove City all 4 years
Yeah.
on the varsity?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm. You know, it's a blessing. I know
Yeah.
not a lot of people get the opportunity.
Now,
and
now how do you stay in
thankful.
shape
now or before?
before?
Before, it was
What
more
did you do?
more shorter sprint kind of stuff.
Like what?
Things like
220, 440?
yeah. Actually, we did this thing
Am I a
called
good guesser?
yeah.
Okay.
We did these things called 120s. You know, just
The length of a football field.
length and back. Yep.
Yeah.
And come back. You know, a little bit of rest.
Now,
back
how
and
did you
forth.
handle that?
I did well at that. Yeah.
You were first.
I usually was first in the running, but the
How'd I
soccer skill
guess?
was yeah. So the running made up for some of the soccer skill.
Well, I'm sure
Mediocre.
you got feet,
Yep.
and you need that in soccer.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of soccer, but both of my kids played soccer when they were young.
Yeah.
I always said you got to catch a ball and throw a ball and hit a ball, things like that.
Football,
I'm a baseball,
baseball.
football type of guy, but I respect the effort that you put in and being with the teams at Bethel Park, the guidance that
Yeah.
you had.
Definitely.
You want to shout out to any family or friends or anything that you're on the show? You could say hi to anybody if you want,
Yeah, I should.
because this will be
Put me on the
seen.
spot.
I had to. There's always
Yeah.
one question that I do to stump people, and then I ramble on so it gives them a second or two to
think.
catch. Catch on to what I want. Like if you have parents, you want to say anything.
Yeah.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yep.
How
yeah.
many?
Just an older brother. His name's
Okay.
John. Lives in Harrisburg. Yep.
Watch Lauren right now.
Hey, John.
Do you have a mother and a father?
Yep. Mom and dad, extremely supportive. Probably also.
How could they not be?
Yeah. My
You
parents
were
taught
willing
me.
to do it, so they take
Yeah.
you anywhere, I'll bet.
They basically said, hey, shoot for your dreams. And that, you know, with parents that are that supportive, how could you
Dream
not
big.
dream big. That's basically what my parents taught me. Dream big.
You know what? They stole my line. I've said that to my kids.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It really does.
Because people ask me, how do you stay positive?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thankful every day,
So
and I
way
get
to
a
be.
choice every day,
Right.
happy or sad.
Right.
Guess what I pick? Frank, guess what I pick?
You pick happy.
Thank you. I went to school with them, believe it or not. Keystone Oaks.
Okay.
Graduated 1974. How
Oh.
about that? Yeah. That's when dinosaurs were crawling out of the mud. A couple of us made it out. Definitely. So, what did you study in college?
Yeah, I studied
Running?
actually not running, math
Darn.
education.
No way. So
Yeah.
you're smart.
I don't know about that.
Unbelievable. And what do you do today?
Yeah, today I actually work for PNC, so I taught for a year at a college,
Get
and in
You
Maryland.
actually taught.
In Maryland.
How did you do that?
Um,
It's hard.
yeah, it was a
Because
challenge.
a lot of jobs aren't available
In
at a certain
Pittsburgh.
time, and you got to
Yep.
get the experience.
Yep, right.
You're like, how can I get the experience if I can't get the job?
Yeah, chicken before the egg kind
Yes.
of thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
Great analogy. You have to explain that to Smoking Jim off air. Because he doesn't know which came first, the chicken or the egg. All right? We'll talk about it another time. It's getting too deep. He has degrees, supposedly, from Cal U.
Good school.
General Studies, General Sue, all these different classes. that he
Basket
took.
weaving.
Yeah, he did 1, 2, 3,
Accelerated
and
chess.
4. No, chess was too beyond his capabilities there. But that's another story. Sorry, he makes it too easy to pick on. Plus, we grabbed the mic from him, so we're in charge here. So you're in Maryland.
Yep.
What were you thinking?
Yeah, so it was kind of a challenge in several different ways. You know, just right out of college, getting an apartment, struggling with
Well, you have
teaching.
debt to pay off too.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So it's a financial thing too.
Right,
You got
so-
it 6 months later. They come a knocking.
Yeah, right.
Give me that money. You had a nice time at school. Now you owe.
Yeah. Reality
And then
hits.
you got to pay. So you figured that out. So you
yeah.
only lasted a year. What
Yeah,
happened?
stayed a year there, and also my dad at the time was sick, so kind of.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is he okay now?
Yeah, he's doing well. Thanks.
Good.
Moved back to Pittsburgh. Kind of just looked for a job, and found a job at PNC, and have been there.
How did you
7
get
years.
that? You were looking for any
Yeah.
type of job?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Just anything. Yeah.
And what is it you do?
So I written.
You count numbers.
Not quite.
Okay.
This
I'm
is
trying to dig deep.
Yeah, not exactly related to math education, but this is actually my third position at PNC since I've been there.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
I know you're a go-getter.
Yeah.
Anybody running up and down that soccer field's going to try to go get something. No, that's great.
Yeah, it's a great company to work for. I work right now. It's called Disaster Recovery.
You're kidding. We've had a lot of that recently. Look in Bethel Park with the rain we had at the end of June when it was wiping places out.
Yeah.
So you handle the disasters.
A little bit, yeah. More so on the technology side, so data center kind of stuff. So if there's any problems in the data centers,
IT stuff.
we help with the failovers.
He has an IT background, believe it or not, as much as I bust his chops.
There we go.
You've heard of a company named
I forgot it
IBM?
all.
See?
Yeah.
He's a modest man. Look at that smile. Best in the business. He's so forgetful because he's, I hate to say this, but CTE. He's been damaged because of numerous concussions. We have conversation, and mostly it's a text thing, and he'll say, "You didn't tell me that." I go, "Check your text." And then he gets quiet. But that's a little sidebar story. So now you're at PNC Park.
PNC Park.
PNC Park.
Hitting home runs.
Yeah. You're at the PNC. They're a large company. Look, they sponsor PNC Park.
That's right. They do a lot for the community. That
Do they have a box there that you get to go there and watch games? Or you haven't been there yet?
haven't been there yet.
Oh, man. You got to take a step up there. Definitely. Now, what's your running regimen? Because I know doing a 5K, what is that, like 3.5 miles?
Yeah, 3.1.
Okay, that was close.
Yeah,
On the high side.
that's pretty.
Now, how many miles do you run to do 3.1?
Yeah, that.
Because I'm interested in it, because I've had people on that run marathons, and I told Smoking Jim that's 26.2 miles.
Yep.
It's in Greek history. And then a half a marathon is actually 13.1 miles.
Yeah. Yep.
And these people are running hundreds of miles.
For those, they do.
Yes.
100
Now,
miles.
what do you run, like, say, on an average week? How many times do you run?
Yeah, I'll usually run, and this is me. I know a lot. Everybody
Well,
kind of
this
does.
is just you.
Yeah. Everybody does differently. I'll run about 4 or 5 days a week. Some days. So every day.
Where do you run?
I'll run around Bethel actually.
Get on.
Yeah, or on the treadmill.
Over hill and dale and through the parks?
Yep.
And, okay.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of hills.
Yep.
They'll test those calves.
That's for sure. Yeah, not for the faint of heart, but
No, I do some walking. I'm not a runner, but I'll walk.
yeah.
Because my son will go,
Walking's-
you got to walk on this area there, and I'll walk down a hill and up a hill
Yeah.
and around a hill. And
Just staying
there's hills
active.
everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Staying
And
active
each
is
day, and
most
some
important.
people are trying to pick me up and say, "Do you need a
Need a
ride?"
ride.
I go, "I'm walking."
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. I've
Not-
had people
not
ask me that
today.
too.
Right. That's why I wondered if you
Yeah.
run across that. Do you run throughout Bethel Park?
Yep. Right around. Mostly just run around Bethel. Yeah.
No, that's
I
good.
do the Montour Trail a lot.
Yeah, that's a nice trail. Definitely. They've done great things with that.
Yeah.
And even put bridges up and stuff like that so you can cross this and that. No, that's good.
They really have.
So how many
invested.
miles do you do a week?
I'll probably do.
Roughly.
I don't total it up. But
So we run for like an hour.
yeah, usually I'll either go by time.
Hold it, that's like 10 miles.
I wish. Some days, well, if I'm racing, maybe. If I'm racing, maybe.
Because you're fast. All right, maybe it's just a few miles.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
so every day kind of has a purpose. So some days is a jog. Like I go out and I kind of know what.
There's a method to your madness.
Yeah, some days it's a jog, some days it's short sprints, some days it's a long, hard effort.
And why do you mix it up?
Yeah, I think
To beat boredom?
that. I think also like as you combine the different workouts, like short speed, some what we call tempos, like a long hard
So you're
effort.
a student of running also.
I've actually been blessed to have people in my life who have kind of taught me the ropes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Can you mention anybody that was a runner that inspired you,
Yeah. So
if you would?
yeah, my husband to be, Ray Worrell, is probably one of the most impactful people in that realm. Also, Terry Stanley. Actually, my dad ran in high school and college.
You're kidding.
This is
So he passed that baton.
yeah. So yeah, and a guy that my dad ran with in college named Terry continued to run and is still running in his 60s.
You're kidding.
Has really kind of taken me under his wing and
Wow.
not only with workouts, but just the mental side of it.
Yeah, as a
and
mentor type of
encouraging,
person.
right? Yeah.
No, you need that.
Yep.
And anybody that competes, and I played in sports. My dad had friends in basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
Taught me to pitch better and to help me, and it's just those little tips that you remember.
Definitely.
You know, and it does help because
Yeah.
you'll hear their voice in
Right.
your head.
Yeah.
And then you'll continue to compete, and maybe you'll fight an extra little harder to do it, right?
Exactly. You have, I think,
It's
part
an
of it is-
inspiration.
yeah, you have people that believe in you, and when you get to a point where you're like, I'm not sure if I can push through this. You got people there supporting
We'll
you.
say you're getting cramps or your
Yeah.
one leg's
Yeah,
hurting. And,
tired.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you needed another glass of water, and there isn't one around.
Yeah.
Those things happen.
Uh-huh.
You're dehydrating.
Yep.
Like, look, he needs help on that last cut of pizza there. That's not a marathon. He sprinted. That's a sprint there, my friend. Sorry. He's mixing it up, and so are you. No, I appreciate that information.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you give to some younger people, girls, guys, that want to run?
Yeah.
What should they do for a basic type of, training thing?
Yeah, I think now there's a lot of things in the community that they can kind of get plugged into. I know the Pittsburgh Marathon has a Runners of Steel program for
Oh, okay.
younger kids. There's also the cross country and track that I think are starting even younger.
Really?
Than even younger than middle school, I believe. So if like at school,
So if they're
get plugged
interested,
in.
there are places.
Yeah.
There's very few that want to run, but there is help.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's
There's
great.
a lot of good opportunities out there.
No, well, I'm so glad you could
Yeah.
make it to our show.
Yeah, thanks for
for
having
giving
me.
me that text.
Yeah,
Great to have you
thanks
on.
for having me, Al.
Welcome aboard.
All right, thanks a lot.
Joel, it's been a while. Introduce yourself. Tell them your name.
My name is Joel Procheski, and founder of One World Blue.
And tell them a little bit about One World Blue, because then we're going to talk the sports that you've participated in, because we do have a sports talk show.
I got it. So One World Blue is a network, social network and crowdfunding platform for helping to create greater social harmony, planetary healing, social change, social justice, and helping to create a better planet.
How do they get a hold of it?
OneWorldBlue.com. I'll take you there.
That'll do it. And what do you advise them? Check it out?
Check it out, yeah. So we create spotlights, and we create spotlights for people making a difference in the world. We create campaigns for helping people raise funds. And if you just go to OneWorldBlue.com or email us at info@OneWorldBlue.com, and I'll be happy. We'll be happy to assist you. And
Tell Joel you heard about him on Pittsburgh Sportsline. He'll get back to you instantly.
so I just want to. So a few things I want to speak about One World Blue.
We only have a certain amount of time, my friend.
Okay.
You got a
So
couple.
I'm here-
You got a couple more minutes.
Okay, we're here with Errol Williams Wisdom World Beat Reggae Band. He's going to be on in a few minutes, and it's one of our crowdfunding campaigns. Since we're about helping to create greater unity, respect, love in the world, peace for one another, we're at a place in our time in history in our nation where I think people are greatly hurting in the world. I recently, with what happened in Pittsburgh, I grew up at the synagogue where this shooting happened. I was bar mitzvah at Tree of Life. I grew up there. I knew two brothers, Cecil and David, whose lives were taken. And it's really, in today, in our country, in our nation, I think people are hurting a lot. And they need to hear a message of love and respect, unity, message of peace. And that's something that
So go to OneWorldBlue.com.
go to One World Blue, and that's something that Wisdom World Beat it does with their lyrics and their music, and we're
Isn't
working.
that reggae music?
It's reggae music.
All right.
One of your guests
I'm a fan
tonight.
of that.
So are we.
I know. I booked them.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
we'll be raising money for the Wisdom's next album. That's going to be Positive Vibes laid down in Kingston.
When's this start?
Kingston, Jamaica. It's starting. The crowdfunding campaign will be launched later this week. So at oneworldblue.com, just check out
coming attractions
Wisdom
at One
Reggae.
World Blue.
One World Blue, correct.
Wisdom Reggae.
Wisdom Reggae. Wisdom, WIZDOM. Put in the search and you'll find their campaign and their spotlight. I also just want to mention one other thing for One World Blue is
You got it. One more.
Working in conjunction with Brad Setting from Setting Entertainment and Russell Johnson from JRJ Productions. We're having discussions about creating some events, not just in Pittsburgh but nationwide, that will really speak to the hearts and minds of our country and the nation. And it's going to involve media. It's going to involve music. It's going to involve great music like Wisdom Reggae, and be a place where people can come out and feel and understand respect and love and harmony. And just,
Why can't we all get along?
well, we have differences.
That's the question
We have
that I
differences,
have.
but it's okay. It's okay to disagree with someone as long as you can disagree peacefully. And part of what we like to teach at One World Blue is tolerance and respect of diversity and cultural harmonization, cultural respect for differences. So that's one of the messages we want to get across.
That's a great message.
Through the projects, and it doesn't mean we're going to reach everyone, but if we can just
You
stop
don't have to. It's step by step.
step by step, if we can just stop one person that has hatred in their heart for another person or another culture, another any group, any ethnic group, just if we can change one or two people's minds, then it's worth it, because we can be preventing something that we see happening in our country just so often. It's heartbreaking.
Well, good luck with all that.
Thank you very much.
I'm very hopeful for you, because I remember I could argue with anybody, because, I could talk. Well, I like to argue, but I won't hate you. Now today I'm afraid to have a discussion where I disagree with somebody because they come back and say, I hate you.
And hate
And
it shouldn't be in our
go to
vocabulary.
One World Blue. I like what he's
OneWorldBlue.com.
talking about. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you so much.
Please tell them your name.
Yeah, my name is Errol Williams. My music name, Errol Wisdom Williams.
How did you get wisdom?
It's a long
Give me the
way.
short story.
It's a short one. I went to when I was about 10-year-old. I went to school, All Saints School in Kingston. I'm a
Okay,
soccer.
so where are you from?
Kingston, Jamaica.
Okay.
I'm
Now
a
that we
sucker.
got that clarified, did you play sports?
Yes.
What did you play?
Soccer?
What a guess.
Yeah, I was the corner man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Did you like it?
I like it when I was younger,
Sure.
but now I can't.
Well, we understand. I've never been this old before. I'm
Yeah.
getting older as we talk.
Yes.
Oh, I just aged 10 more seconds.
But as I was saying, I like the Cowboys from Jamaica.
How come?
My best friend and my boss, he's from Dallas, Texas, and
Wow.
he have properties in Jamaica. We used to work for him.
And that's how you found out about
Yes.
them.
At that time, we have like one TV station, and if you don't have money, you can't watch other things. So he have some
Money, one station,
Yeah.
and guess what? It's the Cowboys.
Yeah, and he have a dish, and he come on him cook
Those
pigs.
big dishes.
Yeah, big dish. So he set it
That's
up.
back in the day.
Back in the day, he said, "Come on, boys, we're going to watch the game, the Ladders game," and he have the pig and they pick it up, they turn it.
No oxtail.
No oxtail. just
Thank you.
pig.
You know what Dallas needs to go to the Super Bowl? Usain Bolt. He can take them to the chair, the fastest man in the world.
But I'm gonna be quick. I know.
No, you got a couple minutes. Go ahead.
My favorite guys, I love Dallas, and I will never judge.
Who's your favorite?
He's not playing anymore.
That's all right.
He's my greatest quarterback
Go ahead.
of all times. I know he is, but they never protect him.
Tony Romo?
Tony Romo. Yes, he is. I used to have a license plate. I made it myself. On my Pontiac Grand Am, I have it. Tony Romo,
Whoa, a
Dallas
Pontiac
Cowboys.
Grand Am. Nice.
Yes.
Tony Romo sound like a good place to eat a steak.
He is one of the best quarterbacks.
I
like-
appreciate your opinion.
I like
Go ahead.
what his name? That white guy. What is I can't think of his name.
Maybe
right
he'll
now.
help
That
you.
narrow- that's
Give him some.
Jason Witten.
Jesse Winton, love that
Yes.
tight end.
Great tight end.
Great tight end.
I
He's
wish
actually
he was still playing and
I
not Monday
wish,
Night Football.
I wish he was, as you said. And if
Yeah,
he,
but you always reach an age when you do have to retire because you don't want to look worse. You know, he was good, but you don't want to look
but
worse.
when they came to Pittsburgh
Yeah,
and played the Pittsburgh Steelers, I was there, and I
rooting
guess
for Dallas.
I was.
Understand?
And Tony Romo have on his shirt. I was
Wow.
close. He came and he signed my shirt.
He signed it.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He signed my shirt.
Can't
I
beat
just
that.
hold up my license plate. You look. I have his shirt. You look. He signed my shirt.
He was probably happy to do it. He goes, I got a Romo fan in Pittsburgh.
Yes. Yes.
That's what he said. He goes, all I see is black and gold, and here's this guy wearing my shirt.
I love my Dallas
Thanks for
team.
sharing that story.
Yeah, you know.
That's a great story.
I never be scared. I know I'm in the art of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, here,
But
I'm bleeding black and gold
I
right
know.
now. It's coming
but
out of
I
me.
has to have the red, white, and blue. America's
Because
team.
Dallas.
I'm not. You will never take that from me. America's team.
I understand.
We sure they can come on board. But you know what? This is it. I'm gonna let you know now. I was so happy last night when they beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's all I want.
Wow.
Make sure Philadelphia Eagles
Well,
get
we
beat.
set that up because we knew you were going to be on the show. How did we do?
Do great.
I'm a bit sarcastic, so I couldn't hold that in. We did it so you'd be smiling here. Now,
Yeah.
what got you into reggae music?
Well, I was.
Be honest.
I honestly,
Yeah.
I was playing music. Never played guitar at that time,
Yeah.
but I was doing music. I'm in the 70s. 76.
makes
I was
sense.
really young. And
How young were you?
Maybe 18.
18? There you
Yeah.
go.
I'm old now. Old
So am
man
I.
now. You
So
know.
am I.
But-
Look at this hair.
Honey,
I'm just glad I have it. We don't know where his hair is.
But I record a few songs, album, and
Back there?
Yeah, back there for producers, and then I.
And what did they think?
I love it. I make few dollars, not much, but you know I get.
It's
deep.
tough.
But it's a tough road to go.
And the
But
economy's
it's
not
something
always the best down there.
I like it.
Yeah.
You know, it make me happy. So I was dreamed to have my own band.
Yeah. When
And
that happened.
One night, it's happened. One night, as we was said, I get the name. I went to my bed, and it's like I see a guy
God spoke to you.
in a white robe, and he's give me like a coin. And on the coin, he said, "Wisdom is the word to be."
Wow, that is great.
And I kept it.
What a great
and I
story.
came over here,
When did you come to America?
1991.
1991.
Yeah.
So you've been.
My
He's
wife,
making up stuff.
my wife, God rest her soul, she was right behind me.
Really? Do you
Yeah,
have any
she-
kids?
Yeah, I have kids.
How many?
Too many.
1, 2,
Oh, 4.
3,
Yeah.
4.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
come from a family of 4.
Yeah.
I got 3 sisters.
Yeah.
So that's okay. We don't hold that against you just because I have a son and a daughter and only 2. That happens.
But anyway, me and my wife lived together, and she passed away last
What
year.
happened?
Diabetic.
Really?
Yeah. and-
No, that's a shame. My deepest sympathy goes to you.
She,
I hate to hear sad things like that.
yeah, but you know, she always support me. in
She
my
was behind
music.
you 100%.
Yeah, 100% with my music.
And where and when do you perform?
We perform. We used to travel all over the place.
Where in the Pittsburgh area do you play?
We play. We
Can you
used to
name
play
a
at
couple?
Margaritaville when it used to be
Yeah.
Margaritaville. We play at the Pittsburgh Steelers Stadium. We just do
At
some
Heinz Field.
Heinz Field. Yes,
No
we did.
way.
Yes, we did.
Get on.
We just opened up for earlier this year. We opened up for the Whalers, Bob Marley band, out the Craft House. We
Yeah.
opened up for them.
Did you really?
We in February 25th we We play at the Hard Rock Cafe. I released my album,
What's your album?
Cherry of the Vine.
Cherry Off the Vine.
Yes,
Did I understand it?
yes.
Okay.
Cherry of the Vine is mean if you have a wonderful lady or a wife or your girlfriend and she treats you right, no matter what you do, she are the cherry of your vine.
Wow. There you got it from Wisdom.
Yes,
Thank you very much and good luck and continued success.
yes.
Please tell them your name
My name is Bill Wetmore. I am a sports physiologist.
and explain what that is.
A sports physiologist studies the relationship between structure, function, and athletic performance.
All right, he was a great small running back. He became a power lifter, and now he just power lifts Kentucky Fried Chicken. What can you do to help he doesn't get injured doing that?
I'm gonna answer the question exactly the way you told me to. He's beyond help.
Thank you.
However, I've been watching this man. He does his entire What's on Your Mind in one breath.
Yeah. He got a great lung capacity,
He does.
and he's humorous. He's a
He is.
funny guy.
He's a good laugher, too.
He has a great laugh. Matter of fact, he calls me Johnny Carson. I call him Ed McMahon. How's that?
That's good.
Not bad?
A semi-professional comic needs a good straight man.
Yes. Definitely. All right, let's carry on.
Okay.
Explain more, sir.
I have a company called Sports Performance Technologies. It is the first injury prevention technology that's available on the market. It's been around for 15 years. The technology's been for 15 years. We've used it in the medical profession to quantify soft tissue injury.
Sure.
In my past, I was a professional corporate pilot and certified flight instructor.
Really?
And
great.
I got to thinking one day, finally, I got to
It
thinking one
happens.
day, it happens.
A light bulb lights up.
It does. And
I'm aware of that.
as a flight instructor, I would not allow a student to get anywhere near the cockpit until they had completed a very, very thorough pre-flight inspection of the airframe, of the fuel system,
Sure,
electrical system,
everything.
everything.
You're
And-
very thorough, I can tell.
And with the technology that we use to quantify soft tissue injury, and the aircraft being a high performance technology piece of
Sure.
machinery, I said, athletes are high performance. And
One and one equals two.
And I thought, why not come up with a program so we can pre-flight an athlete so that we can find out where their impairments are, where their deficits are, correct those deficits before they go out and injure themselves. 71% of injuries in athletics are non-contact.
Really?
Non-contact.
Non-contact injuries.
Right.
So that's amazing.
By identifying the imbalances, we put together a program of exercises, muscle-specific exercises, and we correct those imbalances before we turn the athlete loose and let him train.
Before he's competing.
Before he's competing. Once those deficits are corrected, now it's safe to begin strength and conditioning, speed and coordination.
I want you to share a story with me about your son. You told me he played hockey and was never injured.
Yeah,
That to me is shocking in itself. I had 3 cousins, played hockey, traveled all over. They had injuries and all kind of things that happened throughout their travels to Canada, Florida, out west, you name it.
he still plays hockey. He played for
How
Bethel
old is he
Park.
now?
He's 41.
Okay.
He played hockey through Bethel, and at the time I was treating the entire hockey team.
Sure.
But I didn't have this technology then.
Okay.
But I was doing other things.
Well, you're
I was making
experimenting and-
yeah, I was making sure that they were all in the best physical condition that I could
Get them
see.
in,
So
yeah.
And
No,
no,
you look in pretty good shape yourself.
not bad for a young guy. Huh?
No. I usually don't ask ages, but in your case, I'll make an exception.
You asked me my age.
Yes.
74.
You look great.
Thank you.
This technology works. I'm
does.
sold. I'm sold. That's why I'm a promoter. I had to bring that up.
I want the viewers to get a pen and paper because I'm going to give you a number, and I have an entire audio presentation that we can send to you by text.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
You sent it to me.
I did. Did you send it to Jim?
You know what? He's a text-only phone. Look at his attention span. Get his... Here, I'll give him the pen. Here's the pen. Try to write down what he says. Slow. Go ahead.
All right. Okay, I'm going to give you a number. You ready? 412-377-2426.
That's 2426.
Now you got to have a smartphone, Jim,
He does.
because I can only send a message to the, either by text message or by email.
He has like 2 Apple phones and another phone,
All
so
right.
yeah.
All right.
He's taken care of. Give me that pen.
It's almost a 3-minute presentation, but it will tell you everything about the technology. It works. We've done it on several athletes. This guy right here, Jim. Do you know a guy by the name Mark
yeah.
Basilari?
He already said yeah.
Oh, you asked? I
Those are
know.
large.
He was a punter for Mountaineers.
I don't believe in punters.
Okay. Well, he became after he graduated, he became a personal trainer.
Wow.
And he came in as a result of a friend, and we tested him, and it just blew him away because he had a pectoral problem, he had a hamstring, and a quad
Really?
problem after his career.
Wow.
And within 14 days, we made some remarkable results with him.
I want you to work on my buddy here. We'll get him to your house in South Park. You can test and tweak him. I didn't make it to your house. He's ready to help us out.
Sounds good.
We can do that.
We'll get there at his house.
And if anyone calls, you want the information, if you tell me that you mention
Al Levine, the
Levine
talking machine on
and
Pittsburgh
Smoking Jim
Sportsline.
Fraser or Olive Oil's Pizza,
Okay. Olive Oil's
you get
Pizzeria.
a complimentary, not a complimentary, you get a 20% reduction in the testing fee.
Wow. Thank you.
Any one of those.
That means he's not going, folks. I hate to be honest like this. He makes it too
He
easy.
does-
Your offer is
He-
quite generous.
You,
He needs it because he had a quadruple bypass last year and recovered from it.
you're supposed to.
Yeah, but it's what you do after recovery. He ignored what they were teaching him and telling him to do. So,
There's a lot of that.
yeah. And I think you do have to pay attention to your body and help it out.
Yeah.
Look at what you're doing, and then look at what you're trying to do for others. That's what I'm impressed by.
There's a company called Swagger Athletics. They're building a sports training facility out in Findlay Township by the airport.
Okay, I've heard of that.
It's going to be it's huge. It's going to be huge. 9 different buildings. One building is a complete football field and track under one roof. And we've partnered up to provide this technology for the training
Congrats.
teams that are going to be doing
Congratulations to
that.
you.
But,
That sounds great.
The most important thing I want you to know about this, of the categories of peak force strength, endurance, and power that we test, it's all measurable.
Okay.
So we do a baseline study, we give you the exercises, we bring back to another study, document the progress. We also assign you with an initial risk factor. As you progress, your risk factor decreases.
Sure. Because you're working towards that goal.
Correct?
That's what I understand.
You got it.
I'm good.
You are good.
Thank you.
What happened to all the pizza?
He dropped 2 cuts on the floor and 1 bounce. Gone. They were gone, sir. You got to get here early. And you were.
I was, but I didn't want to help myself.
I understand. You're a true gentleman.
I thought he was too close by.
No, you're a true gentleman. I respect that.
I'll get some before I go home.
Now, what number did they get a hold of you? Because what if somebody just wants to call you? They're pumped up like Smoking Jim is. Like he lied to you, but he may want to call and talk to you.
He will. Number once again is area code 412-377-2426. This is the instrument we use to computerized handheld dynamometer, and so we can digitally record the information.
Give him
we
one
want,
quick test.
uploads it up into the computer, and we come out with a nice report.
No, that is great. I want to thank you for coming on, taking the time to explain this, trying to help my best friend here.
I appreciate
kid
it.
him and I pick on him a lot because he makes it easy. but I do care about my brother from another mother here. We want to keep him around too.
Can I say
So-
one thing before you go, Doctor?
You may.
I have 100 things on my bucket list that I made 20 years ago. The only thing that I haven't done was fly a plane. Can you help me out?
Yeah,
All right.
we can do that.
You know what number to get a hold of him at.
Yeah.
We made that very clear. I appreciate your help.
If he doesn't, we'll let everybody know.
Every week I'll let him know.
Right.
I'll say he didn't keep his word with the doctor. Simple as that. Thank you again.
Okay, Al, thank you very
I
much.
appreciate it. And special thanks to John for telling you to get a hold of me. Please tell them your name and your nickname.
My name is Michael Manna, the Bull, Pittsburgh Bull. I don't know, there's all kinds of different
I
nicknames
understand.
out
We're
there.
this is a family show. We'll keep it on the family
Right,
upper
right,
level.
right.
I just call him the Bull and Pittsburgh Bull, and they all know who it is.
Yep.
Vince Ornato bought me breakfast at Cafe Ray,
Oh, he's
and
the greatest,
Raymond's
isn't
his best buddy, sponsors him,
he? Yeah, good
helped
dude.
him with candy and everything.
Yeah. After the weigh-in, he gave me all kinds of Reese's. No.
Reese's
we were
are
doing,
good.
Yeah. No, we were.
They're
I
one
was
of my
doing-
faves.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you take that candy to Homewood?
Man, I was dressed up as the Black Panther. It was beautiful, man. We had so much candy. We had a lot left over. I took
Smoking
the
Jim
children's.
said he fell asleep during the Black Panther.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh, we gotta
that's the
have a
type
talk.
of guy he is.
We gotta have a talk.
He fell asleep. All right, enough of this Smoking Jim stuff.
Yeah, we went out and gave the candy to the kids at the Helen Faison School in Homewood. Still had some left over. Took that to children's, and
Did you sample one or two?
of course,
Okay.
forget about it.
Now, here's what gets me. You've been boxing. We've watched you as an amateur. I remember the Irish were in town. You knocked the guy out, and it didn't count. They gave him an extremely long count. One of the best right hands I've ever seen in boxing. You took this guy down, and it was just shocking. You won the fight,
Yeah.
but you didn't.
Yeah, Jim lost his mind. I think was probably the more entertaining thing listening to the commentary that he was given. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's
But-
legendary.
What are you gonna do, man? He beat me by points.
You beat him by a knockout.
I beat him by a knockout. What are you gonna do? He ended up getting more time. He finished the fight. I got to give it to him to be able to finish the
For
fight.
him to last like that
Yeah, man,
revival
I mean,
took
that
about
was-
10 minutes to revive. But
Hey, he ended up finishing on his feet. I got to give it to him, with that. So
because you were
what are
trying to
gonna do?
load up again.
I was, but I was confused as to what was going on. I was like, do I unload? Like, do I go back to boxing? Is this did I win, or is this we're just finishing to fill time for like what's going on here?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well, you're beyond that. Your amateur
Right.
days are behind you.
Yeah, they
you
are.
turned pro, and then you're doing something that's so unusual. I have to mention it.
Yeah, I'm winning.
You're winning. You're winning, but then there's something called prize money
Yeah.
and ticket money.
Yeah.
And you're doing something that's so admirable. He's donating all his winnings to Children's Hospital. Mm-hmm. I mean, congratulations to that, my
Thank you.
friend. We can kid around with Smoking Jim, and he can tell more stories, but that's another day.
Right.
But this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
What inspired you to do that?
Well,
Just be honest.
this
here.
is kind of retracting. There was an interview done, Ty Poke, I believe the guy's name is, and everyone wants to know what happened. Well, August 15th on 2017, I was training for Team Italy, and I was like, man, I'm about to be 34. It's time to go pro, and I shut my headphones off and just was talking to God, and I heard it very clear that if you do something bigger with the stage that I'm giving you, all these things will be given to you. So
Wow.
I said, all right, and
I'll
I'm
do it.
dying. I'm dying going around. That was my first time running in
Sure.
forever.
Right.
It took me 54 minutes to finish 5 miles, but I ended
Well,
up
we
getting
had a
it done.
runner on our show. She doesn't even
Right.
keep track of the
Right.
miles she does.
Oh man.
That's what kind of trainer she is.
Right.
She
So-
just does it.
Right. So I
So you
I fought
struggled.
against. Yeah, I struggled. I ended up fighting against.
So you're
Team
at a
Italy.
low point
Yeah.
in your life. with all this stuff happening to you?
Yeah, all this
and
stuff
just
happened. I
surrounded
got
you?
beat up by this guy. I'll tell you what, though, this guy's beating everybody in Europe, so I really don't feel bad by getting beat by him. He really pounded away at me, and he didn't get me down once. You know what I mean? Like, he's a tough dude. He's like, I think he's 6'2" or 6'3", all of 220, just solid.
Wow, that's a
this
rock.
dude. And he pounded on me for 3 rounds, no headgear, and I didn't get me down. You know?
Wow.
So.
Well, do have a hard head.
Yeah, you know.
I'll tell you that much.
That's always been my best defense.
I've seen some guys look at you after they pounded you, and they're like,
Yeah.
"What's he doing?
What's going on
You
here?
could read their, what's he doing?
Yeah.
You're still up, and then
that's-
you're hitting them with a right on the chin.
Yeah, well, that does something to guys, you know. When you take
Messes
those
their
shots,
mind up.
Oh, absolutely.
You're taking their best shot and then giving them yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
We admire that. You know, Smoking Jim and I do.
I know. Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah, we
that.
appreciate your style of boxing. You're a true Pittsburgh guy. There's no quit in your
Thank you.
game.
No.
And you're going to win no matter how long it takes or what
Absolutely.
you have to do.
That's
what's
just
in
the
our
way it
water
goes.
here.
Absolutely.
I don't care he was talking about Dallas and all this other stuff. We're talking about you're in the ring.
Right.
There's only one guy opposed to you.
Yeah.
You gotta beat
absolutely.
that guy.
It's just me and the other. It's just me and the other guy when it comes down to it, and it ain't gonna be me. I don't care if I get down. If you knock me down 10
You're
times,
getting up.
I'm getting up. You've seen it before. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, we've seen
And
you.
I'm gonna get you. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Easy with those fists. There's sparks here. There's some sparks here on the Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Right.
Easy now. So you got this inspiration from God.
Yeah, and
You found God. You got baptized again.
yeah,
You're
absolutely.
a true believer. You practice what you're, living.
Oh, 100%, man. You know,
And then you're giving back.
yeah. Like I
I
said,
mean, that's what's
I made
impressive
that,
to me.
Yeah, I made that covenant with God, and just really,
You're following through.
following through with it, man. You can't go back on your word. You
No,
know?
that's a true Pittsburgh bull right here. The
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
absolutely.
bull is spoken. My man.
So the first fight.
What happened?
Went to children. I fought this guy. This guy was tough. Marcus Williamson, MMA fighter, had I think like 10 or 11
That
MMA
brother go
fights.
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I knocked him down in the first round, and I went back to boxing because I didn't want to get caught with something wild and
Sure.
go to sleep. I didn't
Yeah.
want to do that.
No.
I had a good
You're
night's
better
sleep
than
the
that.
night before.
Yeah.
Right.
You were rested.
Right. So I ended up winning that fight, and everything went to Children's, and I had another fight pretty soon after that. That was August 18th, and I just fought October 20th.
We saw that at the Priory. That seems to be like your
Yeah.
home boxing.
Oh yeah, man! I've fought there at least 8 times already.
Wow.
More than anybody in amateur and professional boxing.
You're
That
leading the league.
Yeah, that was announced at one of my fights, and I never really laugh or listen to that stuff, but that came out, and I started laughing before my fight. I was like, oh man, it's crazy.
And I talked to John Graff, the owner. He's a fan of yours.
Oh yeah, he's a great
He is
guy.
a fan. He's
John
a good
is
guy.
great.
Yeah, we were
He's a good
talking
guy.
about the bull. We said we can't wait to see that fight.
Oh man,
And we were happy to see that fight.
Yeah, it was great. Both fights, it's great experience. 2-0 right now. I'm going to be fighting January 5th in West Virginia in
I'll be
Moundsville. I love you, brother. Moundsville, West Virginia. I'll actually be fighting heavyweight.
You're kidding.
It's just over 201. I got to go back.
What
and
are you
forth.
now?
210 right now.
Okay, but you're not in training, right?
Mm,
Not really.
I just started last week. So,
Okay. Preliminary stage.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I got you.
So I'll probably weigh in around. I just got to be over 201 in the fight. I'll probably weigh in around like 205. The guy's 240,
Wow.
but it
Can
is
you
what it
take
is.
him?
It's a little bit.
Can you take them?
Yeah, yeah,
I like hearing it first on Pittsburgh Sportsline.
yeah,
Bet the bull.
yeah. Absolutely. I don't. That's the other thing that I bring to the game, man. Is in boxing, it's turned into more of a business. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Harry
Well,
Greb.
you only have a small window here too.
Well, yeah, but I'll
Oh, you
I'll,
box till you're 50.
I'll fight until I can't fight anymore.
Okay,
That's
your
just
window's
the way it
larger than I thought.
goes. Exactly.
It's a bay window.
Yeah, it's a garage door. But I mean, like, let's take it back to Harry Greb. I mean, that
Yeah.
guy, he fought 45 times in 1 year. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Now guys fight.
Look at Sugar Ray Robinson
Yeah.
back then fighting
I mean,
weekly.
come on.
They were fighting weekly.
That's what's missing in the sport of boxing. Now I'm reaching out to a friend of mine, a good dude, Sam Crossett. He's from Washington, D.C. He's 7-0 cruiserweight. I'm 2-0. It's like, look, and I'm taking something off of the table and totally that's not even in this criteria anymore. Of like,
explain this to me. Yeah,
I'm not in it making money. I'm not in it to make money.
I understand. You're giving it away.
I'm not worried about.
You're giving it away.
So
let me emphasize: he's giving away the winnings.
Yeah, I'm giving it away.
He's working for zero.
Exactly. You know,
not even breakfast. He's not even getting a free breakfast.
No. I'll get candy from Cafe Ray. I'll go down there and he'll feed me in the morning.
He'll feed you more than that. That was one of the best breakfasts that I had. That guy breakfast was great. Thanks to Vince Ornato for buying that for me.
But,
best meal I've had. It's free.
Well, those are always the
best. Haven't had one bad free meal ever.
Never. But to touch on that, so in the beginning stages of boxing, I mean, you don't make a lot of money to begin with, you know.
Sure.
So I figure I'll make more money doing it for a charity than I would for myself. You know what I'm saying? And
all right.
That's going to mean.
Let me just say that's quite noble.
Thank you. I believe personally, if anybody can give when they have. Okay, you see people tons of money. You know, I'm not trying to talk bad, but
you're no judge. I understand.
People with tons of money giving this, giving that, and putting it all out. That's great. I love it. That's amazing. But when you give when you don't have, I think that's more significant and
it means more.
You know, yeah, it means more. Because I'm so broke I can't even pay attention, Steve.
I'm Al still.
Oh, see, I told you I can't even pay attention.
You've been concussed a few times.
I have been.
Definitely.
That's
Hopefully you get a safe drive home. Don't let Smoking Jim drive you.
But that's why
he's been concussed too many times.
That's why I give it away. I mean, what am I going to, $1,000.
You're not getting rich on it.
No, what am I going to do with that? I mean, it's, I'll buy some Cafe Ray. I mean,
That's not bad.
No. But
when we meeting.
Right. So I'm taking that aspect out of boxing. Like what?
Sure.
What do you got to negotiate with me?
Let's
I'll fight whoever. What do you want to do? I'll fight Anthony Joshua tomorrow, and I'll put everything into a charity because I don't care. That's not what I'm about. You can give me $1 million right now to do something.
Hold it, but you're going to come in shape. You're going to train and fight.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing.
Win.
People think I'm doing this as like charity.
Yeah.
Like I'm fighting tomato cans. Like no,
right.
No, I'm in the fight game, my man.
I wanted to get that clarified.
I was so nervous in your first fight, man. That guy was.
He still hasn't recovered.
Yeah, he looked like a shorter version of Mr. T, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, man.
No, that's great. I want to thank you for being on the show.
Oh,
how do they get a hold of you? Where do they follow you?
Prank calls. You can prank call me.
Yes.
412. You can follow me. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm on there as Michael Manna. Instagram Pittsburgh_Bull. I'm going to be doing something different, though. I'm going to be having Facebook more probably like as a fan page coming up soon.
Okay.
I can't keep up with certain.
Sure. It gets away from you.
Yeah. I always post, fight info, charity. I do a lot for charity, too.
We just promote the charities, too, so they can donate with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I do a lot for charity. I'm going to be doing something for my church again this Thanksgiving coming up. It's for coats. We'll be taking coats, and then Christmas toys and things like that. I just personally believe, I think it's in Matthew. It's humble yourself before God.
Yeah.
Seek first God's will, and all these things will be given to you. Man, you put God first. This can't go wrong. Forget about it.
Smoking Jim's right with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a God-fearing man.
Absolutely. He was one of the guys who reached out to me whenever I went through my baptism and everything.
Yeah. He's a good guy. Well, I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure.
Always.
We always have some fun.
I love you, brother.
Nice, brother Harris.
Thank you very much. Just stay here. We're going to end the show. Just want everybody to stay Joey strong.